Alright, y'all. This is the part y'all have all been waiting for, I'm sure. Although I've been waiting for it longer. It's been over a year and a half. But let's get to it. We're going to put these plates on these boots. Complete with drilling the holes and all that. So, sorry about the lighting and the camera angle. I don't have all the fancy video equipment. I don't use it enough. But I'm going to try to more focus on what I'm doing and not my face. So hence my eerie face position. So, yeah, let's get to it. First, I need to drill the holes on these boots. And for that, you need a 3/16 inch drill bit for standard plate screws. And that's off. And I need to get this one off. Alright, take the cups off. Whoa, I don't need to lose those plastic cups. That would be bad. Alright, we'll set all that aside. Anyway, that's how you do one. I'll demo, it's the same for both of them, and I have limited recording space, so I need to just get to the point here. So, I already have these holes marked out on the bottom, as you saw earlier in a different video. I tried to show them, but it's proving to be difficult. But I have the holes already marked, so all I gotta do now is get my power tools and carefully drill these holes so I don't drill all the way through. Now, normally, if you had a pair of shoes, you would lift the tongue all the way up and completely out of the way, but because they're boots, I can't do that, right? So I just have to very carefully drill this hole. Clean the drill bit off, get all that leather off of there. Drill the next hole carefully. And I'm just going real slow so I don't go force it through at the end. And I have quite a bit of experience drilling things, so it comes a little more natural to me. Feeling how far through it is. Although I don't drill insoles very often, so that's a little different. I also know how these boots are made and how many layers there are, so that I can see what material is coming out, and that helps too. So now I need to drill the sole. This one's a little bit harder to do. And when you do this, you want to make sure you get it completely square. And getting through the rubber is the hardest part. Just because. It also doesn't help that the screw hole is right on top of one of the nails, and there's actually a little piece of like a metal washer basically to hold the sole nail in. So I gotta basically drill through all of that. Not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's just a little more difficult. Oh, I didn't like that. Well, I'm just going to have to drill next to it, probably. Let's see how the spacing looks if I do that. Also, I can adjust kind of where it's at. Okay, so I can drill above it just slightly and be fine. But I'm in. And I don't know if that made it all the way through. It sure did. Alright. Yeah, I vaguely remember doing this problem on the last pair I made. So, this one will be easier, this next one. because, ouch, there's not a nail in the way. Clear the material off. Reset the hole. Clean the material off. Come on. Got it. You probably can't see it. Nah, you can't. There's actually an insole and like a heel cap in here that I need to pull out. So I can, it's glued to the bottom, but I need to pull it off. This thing. I already drilled through it, but I should have taken it out. No big deal. I can put a new one on top. All right, so now the fun part is getting these bolts in. I've got to get all this hardware off. What hardware do I have to get off? These nuts. Yeah, gotcha. My memory card got full. These videos, 10 minutes easily takes up 10 gigabytes in 4K, so there's going to be a lot of jokes about finding holes, and just leave it alone, please. I'm going to have a lot of trouble finding the hole today. This is about 10 minutes worth of work all sped up of me trying to get the bolt in the bolt hole, and we continue right as I get excited that I finally made it in. Got it started. Okay, got it wedged. We're making progress. Oh, I got it. Got it. Push it real good. Come on, salt and pepper. Come on. It's in the hole. I just got to get it through now. It's going. I see it. I see the shiny spot in there. It's in. It's just a matter of... Got it! I got the first one in. Alright. I'm going to put a washer and a nut on it so it doesn't fall out, because I do not want this to come back out. I'm not going to tighten it because I don't want the splines to grab yet, but I'll get that in there so I can't push it out. And now I got to go in with the second one. I just put a bolt in there part way. Putting the bolt in first on the outside helps clean out the hole, and also it helps give you a reference on the inside. You can also use like a dental hook or a pick or anything really to stick through. And also that helps push some of the leather out, the little like leather bits from the end of the drill, and then you can use your finger to clean the hole up. Because if you try to push through a loose piece of leather from the like a burr, that'll make it more difficult. So hopefully I can just do this like I did the first one. This is another compressed 10 minutes of me trying to get the second bolt in, the toe. Mind you, I still have 10 more bolts total between both boots. Fort Minor would be proud, because this is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure. I hate doing this. Yeah, if I ever charged money to make these for people, there would be a premium for cowboy boots, because it takes a lot of patience. 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Come on! I'm almost certain I got it. I can feel it. I hear it. Oh yeah, it's poking out. It doesn't have the full effect because I sped the video up, but I was super excited to get that in after working with it for 10 minutes. I got it. Woo! Alright. This portion is sped up about 2,000%. It's 20 minutes worth of work compressed down to about 37 seconds. I didn't want to completely bore you. The last 4 took about as much time as the first 2. It was substantially faster. The reason being is, in the toe of the boot, There's so little room, and you've got to manipulate your fingers in such small spaces. Don't make an inappropriate comment. Just don't. But I finally got all the bolts in, and once they're all in, we'll be able to put the plate on. And that's the most exciting part, in my opinion. Bueno. Bueno, bueno. Alright, so now we're going to take all this hardware off. What hardware? You bet I said it again. I just covered it up with this voiceover. We're going to take all this hardware off and put the plate on. This is the moment everyone has been waiting for. Some finagling will be required because the bolts are not exactly in the right spot. They're too close together. This will be fun. So that's where we get a lever and try to bend them outward a little bit. Okay. It helped a little, but not a lot. So we got a pair of pliers, and we're gonna brute force these over, bend them a little bit. Okay, that should get them to fit. Don't worry too much about damaging the threads because, well, you're only putting the nut on once. Well, that's embarrassing. My memory card ran out of storage and the recording stopped, so I had to resume with a whole new memory card. But with a little bit of editing magic, you really won't be able to tell. And then we're going to break the bolt anyway, so and when you tighten it, it'll most likely force those screws into place. They're still not as straight as I'd like them, but oh well. As long as you can get it far enough to get the nut started, you should be good. Okay. Whoops. Alright, and now I get to get the sockets out. They're not deep sockets, unfortunately. That would make my life easier. Alright, so now we're going to start cranking this. And it did exactly what I said it would do. The screws kind of straightened themselves out because it pushed into the leather. So yeah, that's basically mounted. Now I don't have the right tools to be able to break these bolts off, but basically I'll need to go with a deeper socket and fully tighten those. And once they're tight, I can get that nut driver and break the bolts off, or get a cut-off wheel or whatever and take it out. I mean, it's technically fully mounted right now, but the wheels will hit the bolts if I don't cut them. So yeah, that's done. Once the bolts are, we'll just pretend that the bolts are broken and put the rest of the skate together. And for that, we're gonna need the cushions. And then the cushion, the cup, the bottom cushion, and then put those on, and then the top nut, the top cushion, the top lock nut, and then the nut with the bumps down, cup, cushion. Different plates will have different cushion configurations and how they mount. Pivot cup. But these go together like this. Put that on, put this on. And there you have it. That boot is now a skate, essentially. Now I just gotta repeat this whole process for the other boot, and yeah, we'll be in good shape. I'll have a new pair of skates. I'm so excited.